Alrighty. Good afternoon, you guys. Happy Halloween. If you dressed up, guess what? We're doing a giveaway. So if you want an Amazon gift card, you can take a picture of your outfit and put it in one of the comments below on my Facebook page. So you guys need to put in a comment below with your outfit. So today I am a pirate. I am Pitch Queen the Pirate. And I have my hat and I have my skull shirt. Can you see it? Anyway, welcome to Coffee is for Closers. It's so awesome to be here with you guys. Today is one of my favorite topics. I know I've had some other favorite topics, but really today is one of my favorites. And if you're wondering what Coffee is for Closers is, let me remind you, but this is a live show. It's interactive. That's why it's live. So you guys get to ask me questions and then I'll answer them at the end. And this is all about sales. So anything that you're having trouble with as it relates to sales in your business, sales at your sales job. If you're an entrepreneur, you are a full-time salesperson. So I'm here just to remind you of that. And it's really about serving more people, making a bigger difference, and ultimately growing your guys' top line revenue. So that's what Coffee is for Closers. We talk about all things related. This whole month has been about being told no, being rejected. And today's episode is all about how you can reject somebody, how you can tell a potential client no, how you can tell somebody that they're not a good fit for whatever reasons it may be. And I'll explain to you guys why this is actually really, really, really important and how it's helped me out, how it's helped a lot of other people out that I've helped, and how you can help yourself out a lot by implementing some of these strategies in your own businesses. So that's what we're going to talk about today. Again, if you all can give a thumbs up, hit like on the post, comments. If you guys are on Instagram and LinkedIn and you want to come interact with us over on Facebook, you can check out my Facebook page. It's The Pitch Queen. And again, Coffee is for Closers is every single Tuesday at 2 o'clock Pacific time. If you have a suggestion on a different time, maybe it's something we can check out in December. And I've got some really cool news that the software I use is going to allow me to do interviews with other people around the country. So I'm going to start doing interviews with sales experts around the world, hopefully. And we're going to be talking about things that we've talked about on Coffee is for Closers, like building relationships, building rapport, when to ask for the sale, how to ask for the sale, how to help other people, overcoming objections, overcoming being rejected, and all those other things that are related in sales. So I am going to show you the slides. If you guys are on Instagram, this is what's in store for you today. Did you know it's Halloween? Recipe for when, how, and why to say no. So sometimes it is not really a good fit. Have you ever had the situation where you were with a client or a prospect and you just wanted to get off the phone because you knew immediately that they're just not a good fit for you? So if that's happened and you still took them on as a client because you needed that revenue and you really wanted that money because that's how you were able to pay your bills, we're going to discuss why maybe it's actually best to turn them away. Cup of wisdom and energy for your soul. We have a theme. Have you guys caught on to the theme yet? And also, if you want, you can type in show in the notes below. You'll get all the slides from today. And also, we're doing, if you want my 5 steps on how to close more deals and change more lives, you're also going to get that today too. So just type in show in the comments below and we'll make sure to email you that. So first and foremost, we're going to go into the slides on Instagram. Again, you can actually do the rejecting. I know a lot of us get stopped up because you're told no, or you get told no from an investor, investment, or a client that you really, really, really wanted so bad. But what about when you turn people away? And I want to give you an example of a story. I've been with my friend Monique for the last couple weeks. You guys probably saw us when we were on the biggest ship in the world and we did a live show and she was my guest. But I've been talking about this with Monique for a really long time. She's been a stand-up comedian for over 30 years. And for over 30 years, she would take whatever offer came her way. And I don't know if this maybe can relate to you too, but if someone calls you and someone wants to work with you, or a client, and you're like, yep, I want to work with you, and you just keep saying yes all the time, but then they don't really pay you what you think you should get paid for the job, but you said yes anyway, and then you go and take the job, and then you complain the whole time that you're like miserable and they're not paying you enough. You only have one person to get mad at, and that's yourself. And like in Monique's case, she would just take like gigs all over the place. I mean, she would go to a comedy club for like $100. And I've had a lot of conversations with her, like, why are you doing that? When you say yes to an opportunity where you feel that you're getting paid beneath what your value that you put yourself at, you are then saying no to an opportunity where maybe they would pay you $1,000. You see what I'm saying? So when you say yes to anything, you're actually saying no to future opportunities of future profits and higher paying jobs. But I understand that when you come from a desperate place of I've just got to take everything because I've got a lot of bills to pay and I have to pay my rent, and I get it. But when you can see it from a place of more of an abundance where you're actually going to get paid what you deserve, or instead of taking the gig for 100, you say, you know what? That used to be my old rates, but my new rates are 1,000. So take it or leave it, but in a nice way, and we'll go over that later. You're going to increase your value meter. You're going to increase your worth, and you're going to have people respect you and value you at a higher level. So her and I have had a lot of discussions, and just the other day, she had a corporate opportunity come at her in Miami. And I said, the only way you can take this job is if they pay you $3,500 plus travel and all the reimbursements. And she, in the past, would have just taken whatever they offered her. However, hanging out with me for 2 weeks, she told the guy, I'll do this, but don't contact me back unless it's a minimum of $3,500. Now, if you do it that way, that means that the price is going to be $3,500 that they're going to offer you. So there's a better way to do it, but still it was an improvement from before, because before, if they would have offered her $1,500 for a one-day gig, she would have taken it. Sorry. I think I got a little sick when I was in the high altitudes of Vail last week. Remember, it's coffee is for closers. So grab your water, grab your coffee, grab your tea, whatever you need. So actually, what this all boils down to is you can actually do the rejecting or the telling no. If you get an offer that doesn't suit you, where you're going to show up and do an amazing job, you're not going to complain, and you're going to give the client or your prospect the utmost value and service that they deserve, then don't say yes. Turn them down, because that's when your value and your worth will increase and people will start to pick that up. If you have a question on any of that, please put it in the comments below. I'd also love to know, how did you hear about Coffee is for Closers? So if you're new and you have not been around in the last few weeks, I'd love to know how you learned about us. So put it in the comments below too, and I'll see them. So let's go over the recipe on when should you say no. Like, when's a good time, right? It really depends on what you're selling. If you're product-based, service-based, there's so many variables. But here are a few clues and cues to know when is a good time to go the other way, right? Or just like end it. If your client or prospect is hesitant from the beginning. So if you're on the phone with somebody or you're in person and you just are not feeling the I'm very interested vibe, that's like cue number one. Cue number two, they don't seem motivated enough to achieve the results. So if you are selling a service that you want people to get results and they don't seem really motivated, aka committed, maybe it's time to turn the other way. Maybe they want something too tailored or outside of your comfort zone. This happened to me with my last company. We were pitching, I think it was the meals. Yes, it was the meals. had so many experiences. So some of you might know, if you're not, I had a company called Fitzy Foods. We did prepared meals. Back in the day, 10 years ago, we used to customize all the meals for every single size. I don't really know what I was thinking back then. However, now, or not now, 6 months ago, we were doing 4 different size meals. I had a small size meal, medium, large, and a family size. And this company we were working with towards the end before I shut it down wanted to do custom meals again. I couldn't do it. There's no way. It's not scalable. There's no margins. The margins were slim to begin with. And there's no co-packer on earth that will do custom meals. Like, if you think about all of the custom, do you guys remember like the boxes where you could customize like which nut packs you wanted? Or you could customize, what other ones were there? Like cookies. You could say, I want this cookie with this colored chocolate chips. And it's like, to do one of those businesses, you're never going to make any money. I mean, I never made any money with my last company, so I can't imagine someone making customized anything in food. And they really, really wanted these custom meals, and we had to tell them, it's either you do it this way, where I know that at least you can make some money at scale, or it's not a good fit. So I kind of gave them an ultimatum, and you can do it in a really, really nice way. You don't have to do it rudely. But it's just like, hey, you guys, I've been doing this for 10 years. Again, you guys all need to remember you are the expert in your area of expertise. Sorry. So anything goes. But you want to do, I told them, like, I can't tailor meals for you. If you guys want to A, make money, and B, have something scalable because you have tons of clients, like they had a supplement in GNC and they were going to offer this to their whole client list. There is no way on earth we can do custom meals. Like, I'm telling you right now, I've been doing this 10 years. I'm the expert. That's why you hired me. I understand what you want. I hear it loud and clear, but it's just not going to work. And they chose to go the other direction with the 2 options. And there were other ways we can make it customized with snacks and other things. But my point is that that client would not have been a good fit for me if I would have continued down this tailored custom situation. And it might go for you too. If you've got a client who really wants to tailor something or customize it inside of what you're doing in your services, and it's not a good fit, you have to speak up. Otherwise, you will be miserable. So, and if a client wants too many discounts, okay? This is not, trust me, I love a good discount. I love finding deals. My best friend and I go do that like every single week. But if you're selling something of value, you need to also stand behind your value. And a lot of times, if someone's inquiring a lot of discounts, I usually just send them somewhere else. Like, hey, you know what? If you're just looking for like a good deal, here's referral 1, 2, and 3. And always have a good 3 options in place. Any questions so far, you guys? How are we doing? Who's here? Give a thumbs up, a hello. Do we have anyone here? I can't see. 2 people. I don't know who you are, but just say hi, wave, take a picture of your costume if you have a costume on. I want to see what you're wearing. Hopefully you guys like my pirate hat. I thought I would wash my hair and dry it for you too. So my hair's done. And hopefully you guys are getting a lot out of this. Again, I would love to know how you heard about Coffee is for Closers. So type it in the comments below. Also, if you want to get the 5 steps to close more deals and help more people, because we are all in the business of helping more people, just type in show in the comments below. SHOW. Okay, type that in. And also, if you can share this on your pages for those of you on Facebook, if you could hit the share button, that would be amazing. But today's giveaway is for the best and coolest, cutest, whatever you want, a costume. So in order for me to judge, I need to see a photo of you. So just take a selfie and put it in a comment below. I can't wait to see. All right, back to the slides for you guys on Facebook, for Instagram. I'm just going to speak them to you. So let's go over like how to say no. So we just talked about when, but what about how? Like, how do you actually tell somebody you know what? I'm going to move on. It's just not a good fit. Introduce them to someone who may be a better fit. Always good to have referrals in your network. So I kind of mentioned this a second ago, and I'll give you an example. I help my friend Dominique. We help a lot of CPAs and enrolled agents, financial advisors around the country, and she has a pretty high level of commitment that you need to put in as far as time to learn everything that she teaches. And there's a lot of people that think that you're just going to learn this overnight, and that's just not the case. So if they're not a good fit, we usually send them to Amazon.com and to read a couple books. So a lot of the books might be some of hers, like Get Paid What You're Worth or How to Do Things Differently. Also, if there's another program or competitor of yours that is, if you get a price, like someone want a lot of discounts, you can refer them out to another person. I need water. I was in Vail. I couldn't even work out, you guys. It was so awful. I went to the gym and it's so dry and cold, like your hands hurt, and then you're wearing like 3 layers of clothes and you still can't work out. And then try to do the stair mill for 3 minutes and I'm out of breath. I guess the altitude is like a real thing. Had no idea. So, how to say no? Don't drag it on. Cut the cord or say no as soon as possible. If you get the feeling, and it's taken me 10, 12, 15 years to get to this point. Trust me, I know it's not easy. But if you hear any of those cues that we talked about earlier, you want to try to say no as quickly as possible. Because the second you can say no and send this person on their merry way into the world, the sooner you have an opportunity to say yes to a better fit. You might get paid more. You might get a better gig, like Monique. Another example, she does a lot of stuff for cruises, right? I was on a cruise with her, but one of the cruise lines canceled all the other trips for the rest of the year for her. So for November and December, she doesn't have any cruises. Well, guess what? 5 other opportunities opened up for her. So when one door closes, other ones open. Usually the ones that open are better opportunities. It's just if you can see it from that point of view, from a point of view of abundance versus, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? And coming from a place of scarcity. A lot of times it's very difficult to say no to opportunities if you're coming from a place of scarcity. So if you come from a place of abundance and that there's something better around the corner, there will be something better. Promise. And be transparent. Tell them why you wouldn't be a good fit. So this is important because people might ask you why. And I'll give you an example. There was this guy I was on the phone with, maybe it was like 2 weeks ago. All he wanted to know was what was the cost of the program? What was the cost of the program? I told him I don't really know if he's even a good fit for the program. So the cost was $0 because I didn't have a program for him to even offer him. Well, he didn't like that answer at all. And based on the way he took the information that I was telling him, I knew automatically he was not a good fit for my friend's program. Like, I knew off the bat he was going to be a bad apple. He thought he knew everything. And I said, well, if you knew everything, why are you contacting us? You know everything. So there's really nothing else we can do to help you and serve you. I mean, we want to help people out that don't know everything. So if you know everything, why are we talking? And, it just went south really quickly. I knew we had to say no right away because this person, you guys who are selling service-based products, programs, courses, anything like that, this is really, really important. So listen up. You get one bad apple, it could ruin a whole bunch of stuff. You know that feeling when you're like stressed out because you have to work with this client that you don't want to work with anymore because they're driving you crazy or they send you 10 million emails and they're asking you 8 million questions? I call them the bad apples. And if you have a bad apple and it's rotting really quickly, it will ruin it for a lot of other people. So this is another reason why you should say no. If you're not in a group format and you're selling film services, you're a videographer and you're a photographer and you're selling services and you get a client who's a pain in your butt, You know those people? They're calling you and they're texting you, oh my gosh, and they have you doing like 8 million variations and edits to your work. That's probably not a good fit, right? So you actually want to fire your client sooner than later because a better one is around the corner. And guess what? For the client that drives you nuts, the amount of time you spend with them is probably, let's just make up numbers, okay? Let's say 5 hours a week, okay? Well, if you get really good clients, you could get 3 new clients and spend 5 hours a week with 3 good ones versus 1 bad one that creates 5 hours of headache for you. So the ones that don't like your work or that have all these edits and drive you absolutely nuts, it's really a good time to say, you know what, I just don't think it's a good fit because you're going to get 3 other really good ones on the other side. And number 4, don't burn the bridge, okay? They may be better, my line got cut off, sorry, in the future. So you never want to burn a bridge with anybody. A lot of times, I'll give you an example. Like at the Pitch Queen, I like to work with businesses and entrepreneurs that have been in business at least 2 years, okay? I don't really work with a lot of newbies. However, I do have a few people that I can refer you to that like to work with brand new people if you're looking for one-on-one services, right? With that being said, I never want to burn a bridge. So the way to tell a client no is extremely important that you do it professionally, cordially, very nice, supportive, in all the good ways possible. Because that person might be a good fit for you in a year, 2 or 3. So don't burn a bridge. Okay, grab some water, grab some coffee, grab some tea. Thumbs up if you're liking all this. Or maybe a heart. I haven't talked this much since last week, so. We're going to get into the why to say no. Amy, do we have any questions yet? No? Okay, you guys, if you have questions, this is your time to get me to answer any of your questions. For those of you on Facebook, if you can heart, a big heart, maybe a pirate, maybe for Halloween they have stuff. Hi, Fabiola. And if you can share it on your page, hit the share button. That would be awesome. Fabiola, are you dressed up? What are you wearing? I know you're dressed up for Halloween. All right, Fabiola, this one's good for you too. I know what you sell. Recipe for why to say no, okay? So you believe that the two of you are not a good fit. That's a good reason why, right? You are too busy to commit. So this one happens a lot to people, okay? I'd rather you guys get used to saying no to people than overcommitting yourself. I wish you could all raise hands, but I know that's not possible. But I'm sure you can relate, like, you overcommit yourself. Have you ever done that before? Where you just say yes to so many things and then you're like, uh-oh, I've committed to a job, an internship, college. There's someone sitting right here who's done like a lot of stuff and then you're like, wow, I don't get a day off in 6 weeks. You think you're a little overcommitted? That's what I'm talking about. So when you get too busy and you overcommit yourself and you overextend yourself, that is a good time to say no. Even if you feel it's a great opportunity, trust me, you guys, say no now than later. You don't want to get yourself in a pickle and ruin a relationship for your future because you've overcommitted. You believe they don't and won't see your true value. Okay? I get this one a lot and I can read it so well. If you believe that the other person, be it an investor, or if you're the videographer, film guy, camera guy, and you want to start this business, and you believe that your future clients will not see your value, let me tell you right now, if you think that now, it's the truth. They're not going to see your value. So it's better to just turn the other way. And I'll give you an example of this. I talked about it, I can't remember when, so I'm just going to repeat it. These guys, after I closed my last company, said they wanted to continue Fitzy Foods. And I was like, that would be amazing. I get my red chicken enchiladas again? Like, awesome. Actually, I don't really eat chicken. So I really wanted the carne asada bowl. It was like mashed potatoes, sweet potatoes with zucchini and steak and salsa. Oh my God, it was amazing. And I was very excited. And it would go on for weeks, like back and forth. And then they would cancel phone calls. And then it was like, I started to think that they didn't see the value in what I was offering. And guess what, guys? It was true. I sent them an email, and I won't read you the email because I know it. It's in my head. So it went like this. It said, hey guys, I really appreciate you taking all the time to do these phone calls and back and forth, but unfortunately, I think it's best that we part ways right now and just be friends, because I don't believe you see the value in what I'm offering and how this can help your current business grow and how you can carry on the legacy of Fitzy Food. So for that reason, I am going to take my offer off the table and wish you nothing but the best of luck. Okay? You can type that up and use my words word for word. I don't care. That is the best way to part friends with somebody. But I don't think they saw the value in what I was offering. And that was the reason for my decision. And it was a good decision because it was stressing me out. I was like, how come these guys won't make a decision? And have you guys felt that way? Like you're going back and forth with a potential client or an investor, and it's like they can't make a decision. You know what? I couldn't even imagine myself working with those people and doing a transition of what I was doing in my last company and transitioning it into their operations. I was like, I'm going to go crazy working with these people. So you know what? I just put an end to it. It was worth it to me to stop the, oh my God, this is crazy. Did I want the money? Yeah, I wanted the money. But I know a bigger and better opportunity is going to open up because I told them no. So you can copy that sentence word for word. It was actually 3 sentences. And if you want those sentences, shoot me a message in the direct message box or on Instant Messenger, and I will copy and paste the email I sent them and send it to you. Okay, another reason why to say no. That the person could be a bad apple. I talked about this earlier. And cause you stress and time. I have come to learn over the last 20 years that if anything causes me a lot of stress and a lot of time, I'd rather work with one really amazing client and get paid even a little bit less than 3 or 5 people that I just said yes to just to get the money. It's not worth it. Trust me on this one. I've turned down a lot of job opportunities in the last 6 months after I closed my last company. I had no idea it was going to be such a hot commodity, but I guess sales is a very important piece to any business puzzle. But I turned down a lot of things. I'll give you another example. I had a call when I was at the gym in Vail. That's probably why I couldn't work out, because I was on the phone too, and talking and exercising is even more difficult in the elevation. But he's like, you know what? We have a full-time job. We're not really interested in any consulting anymore. I said, you know what? I appreciate the full-time job offer, but I refuse to take a full-time job right now. That's not what I want to do. I'm here to help a lot of people learn everything that I've learned in the last 20 years so you guys can apply it to your businesses, at your sales jobs, or wherever, because I've been so strained on being only able to help people locally or regionally or in the U.S. Now everyone around the world can learn from all of these experiences that I had, and that's way more fulfilling than going and working at a job right now. I said, you know what? Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. But my other offer is still on the table. So I'm going to turn down your job offer, but if you would like me to train your team, I am all in, because I've done that before and I'm really good at it. And your sales are just as important to the future growth of this company as it was a day ago. So even though I turned down this job opportunity, I think I might still have an opportunity for the consulting part. And that I'm very excited about. So again, the whole job thing kind of stressed me out for a second, and the amount of time I would need to commit, and that is not what I'm interested in right now. I thanked him for the offer, and I gave him my counter offer. And what does saying no do? It increases your value and your worth. And you all want to get paid what you're worth. So when you say yes to opportunities that you really said, I really should have said no to that one, you will feel like you're getting underpaid and undervalued. That's going to cause you stress, and you're not going to want to go help that client very much. So I recommend that you start saying no more often, and more opportunities will open up for you. You just have to try it. And even if you're starting out from scratch, these all still apply. All right. Last slide. This is a quote. We've only had one quote today. Rejection puts you outside of your comfort zone. This goes both ways, being rejected and rejecting someone else. It's not an easy thing to do. You have to practice, which is usually when you're at your best. And Stuart Stafford said this. He's an actor. If you think about an actor now real quick, actors have to turn down, well, they probably get rejected way more than the jobs that they turn down. But some of the most successful actors actually turn down a lot of jobs, because you want to know what? The second they say yes to one job, you're locked in. And if something better comes the next week, you're SOL, right? So you guys need to be as picky and put your acting hat on and pretend you're an actor. And let's say you want to be in Game of Thrones, right? They're casting. And you're getting jobs for, I don't know, give me a movie. The Little Mermaid. And you're like, you know what? The Little Mermaid just isn't really my cup of tea. I want to be in Game of Thrones. You need to tell the Little Mermaid no, and you hold out and you wait for something you really want. Because that's when you're going to be able to serve more people, be at your best, do what you're amazing at, and you're going to be even more excited and more passionate about what you're doing and serving and helping people. So I'm going to leave it at that. It was an honor to be here with you. Do we have any questions? We do not have any questions today. So for all of you watching the replay, I hope you really enjoyed this. This is one of my favorite topics. So again, if you want to get my 5 steps to closing more deals and changing more lives, type in show in the notes below. Even if you're going to watch the replay, no problemo. If you're on Instagram, type in show. We'll send you a direct message with the link, and you can get it there. Let's see. Anyone watching? Anyone watching? 2 people watching. Fabiola. Not dressing up. I can't even read the comments. I did dress up 3 times. Hi, sharing. Thank you, Fabiola, for sharing and participating. I don't know who else is watching, but for all of you that missed it because you're eating too much candy, have an amazing Halloween. I will see you guys next Tuesday. It's November. Next Tuesday is November, so we've got all new topics for you. Next week, we are going to be talking about how much information to give away for free. Okay, so stay tuned. I'll see you guys next Tuesday. Thank you so much for joining the Pirate, the Pitch Queen on Coffee is for Closers on Halloween. Have a great day.